I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds.
What I am doing is
most-
protecting
the
this country so you can have a
No,
media
I'm not setting
narrative,
up a trap
and I'm not giving it to you.
Unless it's true that you fired people.
People
in
have
whole
been
or in part
terminated at
because
the
they-
FBI. I do not have that transcript in front of me. You're picking it piecemeal. The American public can read
let me
the
ask
entirety
you,
of that.
Welcome back, everyone, because today's hearing turned into a political cage match. Kash Patel and Adam Schiff didn't just disagree, they detonated. From heated accusations to explosive finger-pointing over Trump investigations and Epstein files, this wasn't a hearing, it was a showdown. We're breaking down the most shocking moments, and trust me, the way this ends left the entire room stunned.
Dr. Patel, or Director Patel, Senator Schiff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Patel, during your confirmation hearing, you made several important commitments. For instance, you told Senator Coons there will be no politicization at the FBI. There'll be no retributive actions taken by any FBI should I be confirmed as FBI director. So let me ask you very specifically, did you ever take any action to terminate or discipline an FBI agent or employee in whole or in part as retribution for being part of an investigation of Donald Trump or January 6th?
No.
You also committed, you assured Senator Blumenthal, all FBI employees will be protected.
Schiff wastes zero time. This is the setup for the confrontation. Accuse Patel of abusing power to take down anyone tied to Trump investigations. You can feel Patel tensing, choosing every word like stepping on legal landmines.
Anyone that was terminated at the FBI was done so for failing to meet the standards, uphold their constitutional oath, and effectuate the mission.
Well, by meet the standards, are you talking about meet the standards of protecting the president under any circumstance?
No.
You also guaranteed Senator Blumenthal that every FBI employee will be held to the same, absolute same standard. No one will be terminated for case assignments. Are you testifying today that you never terminated anyone at the FBI, in whole or in part, because of a prior case assignment?
No one at the FBI is terminated for case assignments alone.
Well, I'm asking about you, Mr. Patel. Did you, in whole or in part, terminate anyone at the FBI because they worked on the Trump investigation or because they worked on January 6th?
No one at the FBI has been terminated for case assignments alone.
Okay, you're saying alone. Does that mean they were terminated in part because they were assigned to a January 6th case or assigned to the Mar-a-Lago case? You're being very precise here, Mr. Patel. You're saying alone. That means they were fired in part because they were assigned those cases. Is that your testimony?
Absolutely not. But if you want to keep
Okay,
putting words
well,
in my mouth,
then
go
let me
ahead.
ask you, let's strip away the word alone. Did you terminate or participate in any discipline of any FBI employee in whole or in part because of their work on an investigation of Donald Trump or January 6th? Yes or no?
Any terminations at the FBI by employees
No, I'm
since
asking you a very
This is the moment everything turns personal. The gloves come off. Patel isn't just annoyed, he's calling Schiff's intentions corrupt.
I don't
not
have to
answering my
answer your question yes or no because you're setting up a trap so you can have a media
I'm
narrative.
not setting up a trap.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Unless it's true that you fired people.
People
in
have
whole
been
or in part
terminated at
because
the
they
FBI who failed to uphold
were
the
assigned
standards
to.
that the FBI requires them to uphold.
Did you tell anyone at the FBI that all FBI employees who they identified who had worked on cases against President Trump would be removed from their jobs? Did you tell that to someone at the FBI?
This is the moment everything turns personal. The gloves come off. Patel isn't just annoyed, he's calling Schiff's intentions corrupt.
Their terminations were done for anything other than justified
Did you ever
cause.
tell anyone that, Mr.
No,
Patel? Why don't you
no
answer my question?
terminations at the FBI were ever done in my tenure for anything other than failing
Did you ever
to
tell
uphold
anyone
their
that,
oath of
Mr. Patel? You willing to
office
answer
or
the
their-
question?
The FBI.
I guess
I
you're
have
not willing to
answered
answer the
it.
question. So let me move on. Let me
Repeatedly.
move on to the Epstein files. You said you're the most transparent FBI director in history, so I'm going to put you to the test. In 2024, you were asked by Glenn Beck about Epstein's Black Book. And you said, he asked, who has Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book? And you said, Black Book, FBI. And he said, but who? That is, I mean theirs. And you said, oh, that's under the direct control of the director of the FBI. That's what you said. Was that true, Mr. Patel?
I'll rely on you quoting it accurately. I did that a couple
Was
of
it
years
true
ago.
what you represented to Mr. Beck and the president's supporters out there, or were you lying?
No,
Was it true that the Black Book, Epstein's Black Book, was on was in the possession of the FBI director.
The Black Book was in the possession of the FBI.
Okay, so now that you're the FBI director, you have possession of the Black Book, right?
That index has been released.
So you have Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book?
Epstein involvement creates instant tension. Schiff implies major names were protected. Patel insists transparency, but Schiff keeps suggesting secrets are buried.
I do not have that transcript in front of me. You're picking it piecemeal. The American public can read the entirety of that.
Let me ask you one last question, because you clearly won't tell us the cabinet members associated with Mr. Epstein. Let me ask you one last question. And that is, right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others, she's transferred to a minimum security prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
If anyone thought this hearing was going to stay calm, this question proved otherwise. It hints high-power involvement with a convicted predator. Patel stonewalls.
I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds?
What I am doing is
most-
protecting this
the
country,
most
providing historic
significant
reform,
witness-
and
the most
combating the
significant
weaponization of
witness,
intelligence
Epstein
by the likes
files
of you.
cover-up
And we have
gets
countlessly proven you to
from
be a
your
liar in
administration,
Russiagate, in
and you
January
call that
6th.
being
You are
in
the
the
biggest
weeds?
fraud to ever sit in the
This
United States
stinks to
Senate.
high
You are a
heaven.
disgrace to this
This stinks to high
institution
heaven.
and an utter
And
coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised
not
that you continue to
surprised
lie
that
from your perch and put on a show
of you
so you can go
have
raise
you
money
well,
for your
and for good
charade.
reason.
You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take it to the bank that the FBI is protecting this country and the state and citizens of the California. We are bringing historic reform.
Point of order.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat.
This is the eruption everyone will rewind. Patel unleashes years of political resentment in seconds. Schiff looks stunned. Whatever this hearing started as, it ended as pure political warfare.
And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
You said
take
I'm the
control
most
of this
transparent
situation.
FBI director in history.
Take control of this
33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet. Before I go to Senator Tillis, without objection, I want to introduce into the record the Durham Annex. The Durham Annex is a declassified appendix to John Durham's report about Crossfire Hurricane. The Durham
What we saw today was far more than a Senate hearing. It was a political collision unfolding in real time, a fight not about evidence or procedure, but about power, credibility, and the soul of the justice system in America. Kash Patel and Adam Schiff weren't speaking to each other. They were speaking to the country. Every sentence from both sides was loaded like a bullet, fired with the intention to destroy the other's reputation right there on camera. Schiff pressed Patel like a prosecutor, demanding direct answers, trying to lock him into statements about political retaliation and FBI firings connected to Donald Trump and January 6th. Patel refused to play by those rules, and his frustration was obvious. He accused Schiff of setting a trap. He implied this whole hearing was not a search for truth, but a hunt for a headline. Each time Schiff pushed harder, Patel's guard went up higher. The tension kept building until it felt like something had to snap. Then the conversation took a darker turn. Jeffrey Epstein, the Black Book, cabinet members, secret files. The moment Epstein's name dropped, the energy in the room shifted. The story expanded from political retribution into who is protected in America and why. Schiff implied that powerful figures received shelter from the FBI. Patel insisted that every page has already been released and that no credible evidence exists to prosecute anyone else. Those are very different worlds to live in, and it forces the audience sitting at home to ask a haunting question. If there's nothing worth hiding, why does this topic always feel radioactive? Patel's explosion at the end, calling Schiff a liar, a disgrace, a coward, a fraud, that was raw emotion, not rehearsed politics. Years of resentment in the intelligence wars erupted in just a few seconds. It shocked the room because this wasn't the language of diplomacy, it was the language of a personal enemy finally letting the truth slip through their teeth. Schiff looked stunned.
Even the committee chair had to jump in to regain control. That one moment was a reminder that Washington isn't calm or civil anymore. These aren't disagreements, these are battles. The most unsettling part isn't who won the argument, it's the realization that the institutions we rely on, the FBI, the justice system, the Senate, are now weapons used by whichever side grabs them first. If Americans stop trusting their protectors, who protects the country? If both sides insist the other is corrupt, how do we ever know what justice looks like? People watching at home are left torn. Some will see Patel as a brave figure standing against a corrupt establishment. Others will see him as the very example of corruption Schiff fears, using power to punish political enemies. Some will see Schiff as a guardian of accountability. Others will accuse him of manufacturing scandal for political advantage. The truth doesn't feel simple anymore. It feels like it depends entirely on which channel you watch or which party you vote for. So I'm asking you, the viewers, because your voice matters here. Do you believe Patel is exposing the weaponization of government, or do you think he's the one weaponizing it? Do you believe Schiff is chasing the truth, or is he playing theater for political clicks? And when it comes to Epstein, do you believe there are powerful names still being protected, or is this all a distraction? Share your thoughts in the comments because these questions deserve more than silence. This wasn't the end of anything. It was the start of a much bigger fight, a fight over who gets to define justice in America, a fight that isn't ending anytime soon. Washington has drawn its battle lines, and after today, one thing is certain: the war for control of the truth has officially begun.